Welcome back to the John Glass Fieldhouse. I'm Jeff Swanson. Of course, Mike Crocker has been with us all game long. The Beavers coming out strong again here in this first period as they lead 3-0 over the Mercyhurst Lakers in this, the NCAA Division II Ice Hockey Championship. And joining us here in the booth now, Chris DeLeon. DeLeon, you played on the game last night and possibly credited for a goal. We thought you had it, and we find out today that they gave it to Bernie Analyst. But you join us now. What's been going on so far in the first period here at the Beavers?
Well, we came out with a lot of emotion, and I think the thing in the locker room that all the guys want to do is be the first one to the puck, and their defensemen are big and slow, and we figure with our speed on our forward lines that we can get them, we can get to the puck first and rattle them, and then thus get a few goals. That we don't. Their forwards are fast, but their D aren't as skilled as their forwards.
I would just like to mention Eric Monser is playing tonight in your place. Just a move by Coach Peters to get everyone involved in this national championship.
Well, since my suspension in River Falls, Monzy and I have been kind of platooning. He'll play a couple, and then I'll play a couple, and he's done the job for. He's playing real well. He's got good wheels, and he's just as good as anybody to be in there. He's a good hockey player.
Well, it can't be you. It might as well be Monster. We're certainly glad about that.
Yeah.
Mercyhurst, we know that they're a good club. They just haven't seemed to get their teeth under themselves in these two hockey games. And the Beavers have taken full advantage of it. Offensively, what have you guys been doing right?
I think, like I stated before, is we're being the first one to the puck and we're finishing our checks. And they're like I said, their forwards are really skilled, but their D aren't. So if we keep going after their defenses, that's their weak point. And then I think we'll take advantage of that. And we use the push pass where we put the puck behind the net, and their D just don't know what to do with that. And then like Irby and Tinky and those guys, they just take advantage of it. And you give those guys a step, and it's in the net.
And what a game Jamie Erb had last night.
Yeah, he came up big, boy. I mean, it's a few goals from Colorado's record. I see that, and Omer Blyle had a great night too. But those guys really came to play, and he did a heck of a job for us.
Yeah, the entire team had a great game, but when someone like Jamie Erb has a game like he did,
he steps up.
You quite often see some of the other players you don't look.
He steps up a level. This is this kind of hockey. He's a competitor, and he goes out and does the job, and he does it very well.
Okay, 2 periods away from a possible national championship, and so far things looking good for the Beavers as you guys are on top 3-0.
Yeah, I hope we just got to keep the momentum going in our favor and stay out of the box. They're kind of stupid, and they get a lot of dumb penalties. If we keep our discipline, we'll be all right.
What does Coach Peters say in the locker room? What would you project he is saying right now to the team?
Just be, have discipline. You gotta eat a little crap every once in a while. When they stick you, they kind of like to use their stick. They don't like to get hit, and they punch back, and we just have to eat it. You gotta bear down. You gotta pull the bootstraps up for 40 minutes, and then we're gonna bring home the championship.
We already saw a little scuffle here earlier in the game. Gustafson involved in it. Manasol, the guys getting involved with it, and it just seems that you have to retaliate a little bit, isn't it?
Well, see, that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to rattle us, and they're trying to get us off our game, And we've had wars before. We've been at Stevens Point, at River Falls, Superior. These guys aren't going to bring anything that we haven't seen before that we can't handle.
I'm sure that's tough for you to say, knowing that you like to get involved with all that roughhousing.
I kind of like to get into that to get my nose dirty a little bit. But we got guys that can do it. Tom Murphy, Kelly Tkachuk, Hazy, Gussie, Markway. I mean, there's Tom Murphy. There's guys that can do the job, and we're not going to be intimidated by any means in our own barn.
Okay, we appreciate you stopping by, Chris.
Okay, thanks. You guys are doing a heck of a job. Thanks
we mentioned 2 periods away from a possible national championship. Right now, Beavers on top of Mercyhurst, 3-0 at the end of the first period. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be back here. You're watching the NCAA Division II Ice Hockey Championship right here on TBSU TV 7.
As host of a great party, you want to make sure your friends have a real good time, but you also want to make sure they get home safely. That's why Beer Drinkers of America reminds you to party smart. As the party winds down, a smart host closes the bar, offers his friends non-alcoholic beverages, and serves a fresh round of snacks. A smart host also keeps his eye on his guests and doesn't let anyone attempt to drive home who shouldn't. Be smart. Make yours a party everyone will remember.
Hi, I'm Carol from the Beltrami Humane Society, here to talk to you about having your pet spayed or neutered. There are many myths about spay and neuter. For example, some people say it's better to have 1 litter first. The fact is, evidence indicates that females spayed before their first heat at about 6 months are healthier. Males can be neutered at about 7 months. It's a good idea to check with your veterinarian about your own pets.
This message was brought to you by the Beltrami Humane Society.
They tear through the sky like thunder and lightning. The awesome power of the Air National Guard.
Dear Mary, I've been looking for a job for 3 months. Spent money on employment agency fees, spent money on transportation to interviews, spent money on phone calls, resumes, and finally landed a great job. Now I'm working on a nice miscellaneous itemized tax deduction for these job search expenses.
Another tax tip from the Minnesota Society of CPAs.
Welcome back to the John Glass Fieldhouse. As we mentioned, we're just about set to get the second period going. The NCAA Division II Ice Hockey Championship. The Beavers have returned to the ice. They lead here 3-0, and Mercyhurst just joining them on the ice now as well.
Yes, a review of the first period there. Beavers started scoring action with a power play goal at 35 seconds into the contest. Big Manitow got assist from Chris Morkway and Jamie Erb, which got another point for his championship series here. They came back with a second goal 7 minutes later at the 7:48 mark, and Dan Collison, the senior from Wilmer, scored a nice goal from Chris Bjornsson. And then one of the few times that both teams weren't short-handed, both teams on the BSU score. Sean Taggart got with an assist from Eric Monson and Bernie Adler at 11:30. So that's where we stand right now, 3-0 going into the second period.
That first line of the Beavers again contributing. You mentioned Collison with a goal, Manitow, Erb with some assists there. So keeping in the scoring column is that first line for the Beavers. As well, the entire team is playing good, and we might as well talk about Todd Krybeck. A shutout through the first period. You don't want to start talking about a shutout, but he played very well in net, having some big saves. And there was that one flurry there where he made 3 saves in a row on some very good shots from Mercyhurst. And we're ready and on their way with the second period.
Krybeck faced 7 shots, had 7 saves in that first period.
Krybeck with the puck behind his own net, gets it to Carner, who gets it ahead to Morkway. And Morkway loses the puck and ridden off where the Lakers have it. Now Mack coming in on 1-on-2, will look to shoot, now passes to Carner. Carner from the left wing, his shot deflected up and out of play.
Pellizzari having 9 saves in that third period, 12 shots.
Mack will draw now from Mack and Art Thomas on the right of Pellizzari, the far side of the rink. We're 30 seconds into the second period here at the John Glass Fieldhouse. Coverage of tonight's game right here on KBSU TV 7.
We thank Chris DeLeon for joining us between periods there, the junior from Linwood, Washington.
The puck now at neutral ice. Carter tries to get into the attack zone and can't do it. And the Lakers will go on the attack. Johnson brings it across where he's steered off by Morkway, and now Bjornsson will bring the puck across the neutral zone into the Lakers, and his shot or pass was fanned on. He tried to find Mack coming in on net. Carter tries to get the puck free. The Lakers have it. It's Johnson. Johnson will leave it for Thomas. Thomas centers his pass to McKinnon, and McKinnon loses it to Johnson. They dump it into the Beaver end, where Morkway will go back and get the puck behind Krybeck in the Beaver net. Morkway brings it, centering pass to Mack. Back gets it to McKechnie. McKechnie knocked free, and then a shot from just out inside the blue line by Murphy, and he missed wide. Campuzano with it for the Lakers, sends it in and around the net. Beaver net, that is. McKechnie with the puck now for the Beavs, and he'll dump it in. Murph will go to the bench. Lakers steer it out to neutral ice, and Dakota sends it in behind the Beaver net, where Kryvik leaves it for Housey. Housey gets it ahead to McKechnie. McKechnie ridden hard by John Johnson of the Lakers. The Beavers send it all the way down into Laker end of the ring. Johnson with the puck in the Beaver end. He gets it to Dakota. Dakota's shot knocked out of there by one of the defensemen. Hunt looks to shoot. Right out in front, another save, and Kryvik just lays on the puck. What a superb or stellar job of goaltending that time by Kryvik, as number 22, Rob Mandia, had set up right out front of the goal and was looking to score.
Usually teams with a lot of depth in one position do go the distance, go all the way, and could be the case tonight, which we've seen this weekend. Stellar goaltending performances by Robert Cook last night and Todd Kryvik tonight. Quite a luxury to have.
And what you'll probably see is as the game progresses, Kryvik will just get more intense.
The mental attitude of the goalie is they, once they get more to shut out, they want, that's their prize,
Manitow skates in and looks to fire. He'll get whistled for offside as he came across the Laker blue line. Talking with Galen Nagel last night, and he, of course, former goaltender for the Beavers back in 1984, and he stressed that goaltenders love it. That's like pitching a no-hitter, hitting a grand slam in baseball. A shutout is the epitome of a great game for a goaltender. And he was telling me that he lost a shutout in that championship game back in '84 when they won 8-1. And he always tells me he ripped Vance Wolfstead, the person who takes care of the arena here, because a loose board or a piece of wood sticking out of the board caused the puck to come back in front of his net when he went to retrieve it one time in that game, thus losing the shutout.
Yeah. No matter how, the goalies are team-oriented too, but if it's like an 8-1 or something, they'd rather have the 8-0 anytime.
The centering pass for Jamie Erb steered out of there by McKinnon as Erb was coming in on net, and if he'd have gotten that pass, could have put it in the goal. Erb looking for his first goal. He always had an assist, and Manitow coming in, looking for someone, and will just take the shot himself right on net of Pellizzari. Manitow coming in on the right side, was looking to pass, and then shot. Bahoun shot at another kick out of there by Morquay, but Bahoun was looking to find number 22, Medea, in front of the Beaver net.
Strong goaltending tradition here at BSU. Nagel is one of them. Blaine Comstock, back in the 60s, goalie for BSU and the 1960 U.S. Olympic team. Coach Peters himself was a goalie throughout high school, led UND to the national championship, and was recruited by the Detroit Red Wings. So strong goalie tradition here at BSU.
6:20 left in the second period. Beavers up 3-0 over the Lakers of Mercyhurst. Sean Taggart with the puck in the zone, and Atlas tried to fire on net. It was blocked by number 20, Legue for the Lakers. We'll have icing coming up as the Lakers sent it all the way down to the other end of the rink.
3-0 lead here for the Beavers. 16:05 remaining in the second period.
We'll just point out that a 3-0 lead is by no means a safe lead, as we saw last night in the third period. The Lakers scored 4 quick goals. In fact, they scored 3 of them in a matter of 3 minutes. So they are a powerful offense that can score 3 goals quick.
And a lot of hockey left tonight. As we have seen, they do have quite potent offensive attack with some depth in each line. But fortunately for Beaver fans, they haven't really seen it except for one short spurt last night.
Well, the face-off coming up right now to the left of, or to the left of Pellizzari, to our right, Bernie Atlas going up against another 25, Scott McDonald for the Lakers. And the missed draw, he'll try it again. And now Momini will come in and draw against Atlas. And now Atlas will get out of there. And Sean Taggart will come in, the senior captain. Tag battles. The puck will go in up against the board as Monzu battles with McDonald. And Atlas will pick it up behind the net. Being ridden off by Moore. Atlas still going after it hard. Taggart with it down the far corner. Looks to pass. Pass blocked by Moore. Tag still battling with the puck. All the way across to this side of the ice. Tag still with the puck. And finally loses it off his skate. Moore picks it up and then taken back by Montrud, who'll dump it in behind the net. Atlas picks it up, will skate in on net, looks to shoot, and has it taken out of there, or knocked out of there by Legue, a sliding Legue. And the Lakers will send it in on Kryvik.
As the goal indicates, the Beavers are hungry for this championship. I was talking to some yesterday and today before the game. They want to not win it just for themselves, but to retain the tradition of Beaver hockey back as a hockey school.
Momini with the puck now for the Lakers as he skates across the blue line. He's tripped up by Chris Morquay. Morquay coming up to deflect the puck out of there, and it took a piece of Momini with him. Back with the puck now for the Beavers, ahead to Carner. Carner will start the break and just flips the puck to neutral ice, where the Lakers will pick it up. McKinnon with it on the left side, fires it all the way to the right corner. Loose puck picked up by Morquay. Gustafson now to Murphy. Murphy to Carner. Carner ridden off by a couple of Lakers at the red line. And we'll have a stoppage in play coming up and a penalty, it appears. Maybe just a stoppage in play. Kryvik going to the bench to get a drink of water.
Well deserved for the senior netminder.
No, it was a penalty. Number 26, Tom Viola. So the Beavers will go on a power play. Tom Viola getting whistled for the penalty, so he'll spend 2 minutes in the box here. The Beavers on the power play with McKechnie, Belisle, and Bouillon on the offensive attack. Lakers with the puck. They send it back to neutral ice, where Belisle will pick it up, and the Beavers will regroup. Gustafson with the puck, puts it to neutral ice. Belisle took McKechnie, and McKechnie being ridden down, got a shot off, but not a very good one on net.
Viola's infraction was elbowing their fifth of the game.
Centering pass from Bouillon, knocked free, and the Lakers will take it back to neutral ice. Johnson battling with Foster and McKechnie up against the board. McKechnie digs it free to Gustafson. Gustafson will lead the attack now across the red line. He slides down with a little help from Bahoun. And Bouillon with it behind the net now to Belisle. And Belisle will take it to the far corner. Out to the blue line at the point. Gustafson shot right on net. Pad saved by Pellizzari. And Johnson will just send it down the rink. And Johnson will then head to the bench where number 22, Rob Medea, will replace him. Ahead now to Manitou. The Beaver first line on the ice. Manitou had no shot. Now we'll skate in. Centers it to Erb. Erb fans on the shot from the far red circle.
DeLeon was mentioning about Mercyhurst taking those dumb penalties, which is an advantage for the Beavers, of course, which we saw last night, which made them go behind and they just resorted to tipping it. It's something that the Beavers have been able to avoid so far tonight.
Erb with the puck at the red circle. Centering pass from Collison, and Herb could not get his stick on the puck. Herb out in front, centers it to Manitou, and a save. The puck steered free by Medea as Collison tried to get his stick on it. A flurry here from the Beavers. Shot just wide by Morquay. Manitou will get the puck now as the penalty is over, and Gauthier picks it up, a one-on-one, and he'll get whistled. Two-line pass. And the Beavers got a break there as Gauthier came out of the penalty box and picked up the puck at the red line, and he had his skates wheeling in on Krybek, the goaltender for the Beavers, but there was the whistle.
Mm-hmm. Which is the officiating at this weekend's series has been that of championship caliber. No complaints from either team from last night's game.
And last night, when there was that goal that they originally whistled as no goal, they took their time, they regrouped, they checked it, and when all was said and done, they agreed that it was a goal, which was the correct call. And I don't think that Mercyhurst could really argue the call at all.
And it was one of the first times I recall a large crowd of this actually cheering for referees Gary Krieger, John Speedell, and Scott Parker.
Not an easy job that they have to do at all. Beavers with the puck in the zone. Mondraud's pass through the legs of Proud, and he tried to find Taggart on the far side. Still battling now behind the net with it, and it comes out to Gustafson at the point. Knocked free by the Lakers. Now ahead to Dakota, and Dakota will just dump it into the Beaver end, where Gustafson will retreat. Beavers try to clear the zone and will to neutral ice. Tags with it. Senior center leaves the puck for Analyst, the freshman, and they lose the puck back to neutral ice. Gustafson, they come in onside. Manitou, centering pass, and out in front, and it went in the net, or did it? A save, but nonetheless, quick whistle, and they'll bring it out to the circle just to the left, and we'll have a face-off coming up.
3-0 for the Beavers. 11:13 remaining here in the second period. Both teams vying for the Division II National Championship. National Championship that was defunct from 1984 to this year.
11:13 left in the second period. Shot by Murph that time behind the net. Carter behind the net, centering pass, knocked out of there by McDonald. McDonald will bring it up on the right side. Cross the red line, where it's flipped out of there by Bjornsson. And now Hunt with it for the Lakers, and he'll send it all the way down up against the board. The two-line pass coming up, and a whistle, stoppage in play, and we'll go to the other end of the ice for another face-off.
Beavers up to this point of playing some heads-up hockey. Nice, no dumb penalties, nice defense, great goaltending. Mercyhurst, on the other hand, has taken a couple dumb penalties, but they're by all means still in the game.
Face-off coming to the right now of Pellizzari. It'll be Mack going up against McDonald. Mack for the Beavers. And now it won't be Mack for the Beavers. Carter will come in, and the other McDonald will skate. Carter and McDonald. Carter wins the draw. Bjornsson with a shot from the point off the face-off, saved by Pellizzari. Held in now by Morquay. He'll dump it behind the net, where Hunt gets it for the Lakers, and he'll send it back to neutral ice. Retrieved by Bjornsson. Now picked up by Carter on the lazy pass by McDonald. Murph picks it up for the Beavers as he skates up against the board. Ridden hard by Viola. Out in front now. Mack with a shot on goal. Murphy digging it free. And whistled. That is 4 players go to the ice right in front of the net. Mack skated in and tried to put it on goal.
Calzari having a nice resurgence right there this second period.
So changes coming up for both teams as well. The face-off coming up 10-14 here in the second period. The fans are haven't had much to cheer about. They're on their feet, and as we speak, the red line swingers try to get them back involved in this game. Belisle, Julian, and McKechnie up front for the Beavers. And the Beavers lose the draw. Moyer loses it now to Beavers. Foster fakes the shot. Bell brings it in on net, and his flip shot goes high up above Pelizzari. Yeah, Foster had McKechnie coming in with him, and his shot just went high. A hard hit by Belisle in the corner, and he'll get whistled for a penalty coming up.
Fans now in it, doing a little harassing of the call right there.
First we heard our boos, and now we're hearing the other bees. Not happy with the call. Nonetheless, Lakers will go back on the power play. Getting whistled for it. Omer Belisle, number 19. He'll spend 2 minutes in the penalty box for the cross-checking. Bahoon now for the Lakers. Skate in and ridden down by Erb at the blue line. The Beavers will just send it back into the Lakers zone, where Moyer will go back and pick it up for the Lakers behind his own net. Now to Medea at the red line. Medea leaves it for Bahoon. Will dump it in. Giving chase for it now. Medea and Hosey on the far side. Held into the point by Moyer. Moyer to Medea. His shot will go up and out of play. Off the stick of, I believe, Dan Tollefson. Medea hit out front of the net. Medea, McKinnon, and McDonald across the front line for the Lakers as they are on the power play here. 1:25 remaining in Belisle's penalty. Dan Tollefson forechecking down in the... Oh, and what a forecheck as he levels Bahoon.
Which is a great big hit for a guy, a player his stature. It isn't, you know, the most enforcing player out there for size.
At 5'7", 165 pounds, yeah, physically he is small compared to the other players, but he plays with at least, if not more, intensity than some of the guys on the ice. That's Dan Tollefson, of course, we're talking about. Moyer with the puck at the red line. He loses it to Max, who then loses it back to Moyer. McKinnon with the puck. And a quick whistle. Another whistle coming up. And a penalty. So number 24, McDonald, will go to the bench, join Belisle for 2 minutes.
39 seconds remaining in Belisle's penalty.
Craig McDonald will spend 2 minutes in there, the 6'3", 210-pound sophomore. So the Beavers will have about a minute and a half of power play action once Belisle returns to the ice. He will do so in 30 seconds. Johnson being ridden off by Morquay. And then the shot from Tom Dakota was picked up and out of play by Ryback for the Beavers.
It's kind of being called for high speed for the Lakers. At 8:09 remaining in the second period.
There you see Chris Morquay and what a role he has played all over the ice in his defensive role. As we could say about the entire team, the Beavers skating hard, and as Chris DeLeon talked about during the period break, the entire team is just playing with more intensity than Mercyhurst.
Mm-hmm.
Although
total team effort tonight and last night. As you said last night about Jamie Erb, individual goals are great, but he'd rather, you know, if he's just on the bench, if he wins, that's good for him. I think the rest of the team goes that way too.
That being reiterated too by Chris DeLeo. Shot there from Morquay goes wide of the net. Herb will get it now behind the net, and he'll skate around the corner. Being ridden off by Trevor Hunt. Gets it now to Bouillon. Bouillon to Bjornsson. Bouillon to Bjornsson. And back to Bouillon, and his shot steered to the left of the net. Bouillon still behind the net, battling out there with Rob Medea. Now to McKechnie. McKechnie will bring it back to the point to Morquay. Morquay to Herb. Herb back to Morquay. The shot high and above the net. 40 seconds left in the power play for the Beavers. The puck cleared out of the zone where the Beavers will have to go back and pick it up. Chris Morquay with it. Morquay taking a breather, waits for the rest of the team, and now we'll start out. To Bjornsson. Bjornsson up the right side, gets it to Tollefson. Steered in up against goal, and Pellizzari will just clear it back to neutral ice. Lakers have just about taken care of this penalty, and a pass to Rob Medea, and a broken stick. Medea came off the bench and picked up the loose puck and takes it right in on net where his shot went high and out of play.
Yes, missing Todd Slybeck there in the net. Oops. And 6:29 remaining in the second period.
What are you doing putting our statistician there?
Yeah, forgive the old oops there.
Our statistician this evening, Brian Nordling, just
Doing
got
a fine job, too.
just got a cross-check from Mike Crocker here.
2 minutes. Cross-check, Mike Crocker.
So, 6:29 left here in the second period. Housie with the puck for the Beavers. Chris Bjornsson in the penalty box for the Beavers, and the Lakers now on a power play for the next minute 50. McDonald with the puck and loses it now in the corner to Carner. Carner for the Beavers. To Housie, and a shot in on net, and a save. The centering pass goes through the crease, unharmed and untouched. McKinnon in the corner to Rob Medea. Freibeck survived a close one there. Cahoon around behind the net and to the far side, held in at the blue line by Moyer. Moyer to McDonald. Cahoon coming in, centering pass, and that, oh my goodness, what a play! He missed the net, an open net, and Medea missed it.
Ovation for Todd Slybeck on that play.
That deserves another wow. And Gustafson's shot steered out of play by one of the Lakers.
Todd Slybeck early contention for possible MVP player of the game that will be awarded at the end of the game. Last night's winner, of course, as we already mentioned, was Jamie Herb. A lot of possibilities for tonight's game.
Jamie Herb with only one assist in tonight's game, and you can bet that Rick Scott had talked to his athletes about making sure that Herb did not have the puck too much tonight. And you can tell that the team, the Lakers, have been trying to ride Herb whenever he's gotten the puck or gotten near the puck. Face-off coming now to the left of Pellizzari. It'll be Craig McKechnie. McKechnie loses it back to the Lakers, where Moore will get it up to Gucci. Gucci to Johnson. Gucci still with it in neutral ice. Across now to Dakota. Dakota to Johnson. Johnson cleared by Morquay. Foster with it now. He's being ridden hard by Dakota down to our far left. And cleared to neutral ice where it'll be picked up. 2-on-2. Mork. Safe. Up. No. Whistle. No whistle. It hit the pipe. It hit the crossbar. Belial and Belial and McKechnie coming in on that flurry for the Beavers. And it hit the crossbar up above Pellizzari. No goal. But the Beavers do kill the penalty, and they'll be back at full strength. Campuzano for the Lakers. His centering pass to Medea. And Medea just about had a one-on-one opportunity there. Hunt now picks it up for the Lakers. He'll send it off the glass to neutral ice, where Gustafson picks it up for the Beavers. His pass picked off by Gaudier, and they keep it at neutral ice. Now sent in behind the net. Pelazar steers it to Manital for the Beavers. Herb on the ice as well, picks it up. Being harassed, he'll skate in and take the shot. Just misses.
Penalty killing is one aspect of the game that Beavers have just been excelling at all weekend, allowing only one power play goal, and that was their Mercyhurst's first goal of last night.
Manital tried to get the puck to Bernie Adelis, and the bouncing puck missed Adelis as he was in the Lakers zone. Adelis still fighting for the puck, and a wraparound and a goal! Greg Manital with a wraparound goal! Excuse me. I said Craig Manital, Eric Montrud. Eric Montrud with the goal.
Leon was talking about Montrud can do the job when Leon isn't in that, which is evident right here. Good young team.
4-0 is the score here in the second period. Eric Montrud with the goal puts the Beavers up 4. A nice wraparound goal as he took the puck and just came right out in front and put it between the pads of Pelazari.
Nice offensive move by Manital and Montrud. Manital getting the puck to Montrud.
So the fans giving something to cheer about again. They're back on their feet. 3:22 left here in the second period. 4-0 is the score. The Beavers over the Lakers in the Division II NCAA Ice Hockey Championship. And Boulian with a shot for the blue line right on the pad of Pelazari. Now Belial with a shot that just goes wide. Kicked in by Morquay. And we've got a 2-on-1 now. McKechnie with Boulian to Boulian. Oh, and he just misses it. Wide to the left of Pelazari. Beavers starting to put on another flurry here. Out in front, Boulian with it. Boulian looking to pass. And his pass broken up by Johnson for the Lakers, but steered back in by Morquay. McKinnon with the puck for the Lakers. And all the way out of net comes Krybeck to clear that puck. Johnson with it at the red line. We'll bring it in 1-on-4, nothing doing, and back out to neutral ice. Proud with it at the blue line. And they'll get whistled here. Offside.
Crowd waiting patiently along with the Beavers. Another possible 22 minutes and 17 seconds to the national championship for the community and the college of Bemidji State University.
Sight of the Mercyhurst bench there. They're sensing a little urgency as well, as they know that they're only 1 period and 2 minutes and 17 seconds away from being eliminated and just being the runner-up. Mercyhurst, the sign, students displaying the fact, little play on words, Mercyhurst. The Lakers actually a very good club, just experiencing the woes of playing here at the Beaver Pond right now.
Fans gotta also keep in perspective that this is a young club on the move.
Manital with the puck on the far side, ridden off by Moore, but kept in by Hosey. Legue with the puck for the Lakers, and he'll just dump it out to neutral ice and all the way down where Hosey will retreat on the far board. Manital with the puck and off the board, tried to dump it off the boards for Tollefson. A little bit too far for him. Medea with it for the Lakers. Skating in behind the net of Krybeck. Ridden off by Hosey. Picked up by Manital. Still battling up against the boards. Manital finally gets it free. Tries to find Gustafson. A shot goes wide by LeGue for the Lakers. Held in by Moore. Back around net, where it'll be cleared either by Gustafson, and LeGue can't keep it in. And it'll come all the way down the ice. Picked up by Moore now in the circle to the left of Pellizzari. He'll send it ahead to Gauthier. Gauthier to one-on-one. The pass back. And still misses it out in front. Steered free by Morquay. What a job of goaltending and defense play by the Beavers displayed right there. That's flurry by the Lakers.
Chris Morquay doing an outstanding job as backup goalie to Todd Krybeck, not letting anything in there.
Give Morquay the save on that one. And give Krybeck a couple more saves as well as he started the stoppage there. 53 seconds left in this period. Both teams at full strength. Viola with a shot. That'll go wide of the glove of Krybeck. Picked up by Carter and steered back into the Beaver end. Capizano tries to get it. It's knocked free by Morquay. Viola with it. Viola's pass goes down into the end. 30 seconds and counting here in the second period. Mack with it. Mack loses it. Tried to get it ahead to Murphy and then loses it to the Laker. Capizano as the stick comes free at center ice. There is a stoppage in play.
Seconds remaining in this second period. I'd like to remind viewers that any broadcast or rebroadcast of tonight's game without express written consent from KBSU Television and the NCAA is strictly prohibited. Red Line Swingers keeping the crowd intact to cheer on the Beavers for victory here.
Pellizzari steers the puck to his right where it's picked up by Trevor Hunt. Hunt just sits behind his net. Now we'll bring it out. Time winding down here. Under 10 seconds in the period. Morquay will get the puck for the Beavers and just send it back to neutral ice. Viola flips it in to the left of Krybeck. And they will stop it. A two-line pass with just 3 seconds left in the period. 4-0 is the score here. The Beavers over the Lakers. Face-off will be coming to the left of Pellizzari. The Beavers, if the Beavers win the draw, they may have a chance for just one shot on goal here before the period's over. And the shot right off the face off by Bouillon. He got the draw and got the shot on net. Steered free with the stick by Pellizzari. Nonetheless, we've come to the end of 2 periods in the second night of Division II hockey. And the Beavers on top 4-0. A lot of handshakes and a lot of clapping by the teammates of the Beavers as they know they're just 1 period away from a national championship.
1 period away from adding yet another banner on in the Don Nash Glass Fieldhouse, which currently holds out 18 for conference titles and national championships in the 20-year history, 30-year history of Bob Peters'
his reign. We have to add an extension onto the field house if, in fact, they continue to put banners up and if, in fact, they can start with one night. As we mentioned, the score right now at the end of 2 periods, the Bemidji State Beavers 4, the Mercyhurst Lakers 0. We've come to the end of period number 2. You're watching the coverage of the Division II Ice Hockey Championship right here on KBSU TV 7.
Hi, I'm Jeff Swanson, producer of Sports Caps. This week, 1 hour-long show. It's a Sports Cap Spectacular right here on KBSU TV 7. We've got the highlights, the interviews, and all the excitement from that Bemidji State Beaver National Championship. 1 hour-long show, Sports Cap Spectacular right here on KBSU TV 7, Wednesday night at 7.
A leading center of commerce and of scientific exploration. There
will do the job I've been ordered to do to the best of my ability, sir.
They call up the Federation and invite them right in.
We demand the unconditional surrender of this station, or we will open fire.
Damage report.
Correct hit level 14. Sensors are not functioning.
We've lost all contact with the space station.
What the hell is happening out there?
I don't know.
Welcome back to the John Glass Fieldhouse. We're in between period 2 and 3. Just 20 minutes to go here at the John Glass Fieldhouse to determine the national champion. And right now, the puck in the Beaver corner as they're leading here 4-0 over the Lakers in Mercyhurst. And another strong period for the Beavers. Goaltender Todd Krybek in the defense. Not a high offensive output, but still 4-0 on the scoreboard. Certainly looks good.
Yep, good goaltending and good defense in keeping the puck in front of the goalie net. So Todd Krybek definitely not working alone on his good saves there.
Right, Krybek in net, the senior possibly playing in his last game, and he certainly wants to go out on a strong note as well as win the national championship, and he is having a whale of a game in net right now. As we mentioned, the defense also playing strong. Chris Morkley seems to be all over the place on defense, and there was that one where the puck was free in front of the net, and Krybek was steered clear of the net, and there was 2 Lakers there. Rob Medea was the man who shot the puck, and it was kicked clear by Morkley. So just a fine job as the defense has done all night long. Just running down the scoring again. Why don't you go ahead and run down?
Yeah, only one goal for the Beavers, and that was Eric Mundsrud, who scored the only goal for the Beavers in the second period to make a 4-0 game.
Okay, something we haven't talked about and we thought that we would like to tell you about is exactly how these two teams have come to the national championship game. We mentioned their records, their fine records all year long. The Beavers, of course, 22-7 in regular season, and the Lakers 18-8 before this weekend. But there was other ways of getting here as well.
Unlike other playoff division championships, the national championship, this one was devoid of any playoff system. It was determined by the NCAA poll, and BSU never held the distinction of being the number 1 team all year. And so at the end of the regular season, the NCAA released the final poll, and those 2 top teams made the championship of the top seed one, which is BSU. And Mercyhurst was the second team, and the final poll was that BSU at first with the 22-7. Record was 23-7 now. Mercyhurst was second, and American International from Massachusetts finished third with a 16-8-3 record. And Alabama Huntsville, big hockey hotbed, of the nation, Alabama, finished fourth in the Division 2 poll with a 11-12-1 record. And the fifth in the nation, Mankato State, 6-16-4. 6-16-4 isn't quite up there for national contention in my eyes.
For sure. We also should point out that Coach Peters petitioned with the NCAA committee to have these games moved from their original date, which had been last weekend, to this weekend, March 19th and 20th, which has certainly helped their cause, and they're able to get the games here at BSU, and has been helpful for the fans as well as ourselves, because last weekend we would have been on break for Bemidji State off for 1 week, and now just back starting the spring quarter here. And then, thus, the move to the 19th and 20th certainly helping the cause and getting the fans here at the John Glass Fieldhouse.
And because the Division III championship, which they were from 85 to last year, is being held next week, so that's not competing with that.
Certainly. And Stevens Point and River Falls still in that Division III championship run. Both teams advanced to the semifinals, and we'll see how they can wind up. Of course, Stevens Point is the defending Division III champion. Once again, we're at the end of the second period. The Beavers on top 4-0 over the Mercyhurst Lakers And we're just about set to start the third period and the final 20 minutes of the NCAA Division II Ice Hockey Championship. As the teams are coming back on the ice, we'll take a short break. You're watching the coverage of the championship series right here on KBSU TV 7.
I love it! I love it! The Beavers are national champions. It's a Sports Cap Spectacular. This week, you got to be watching. You got to be watching.
Oh, Jeff, settle down. Nobody can understand you. What he's trying to say is Wednesday night, 7 o'clock, Channel 7, an hour-long edition of Sports Cap. It's the Sports Cap Spectacular for the 1992 national champion Beaver hockey team. Are you okay now? All right, good, good.
I love it! I love it! Right here, KBSU with the Sports Cap Spectacular!
Welcome back to John Glass Fieldhouse. Just about set to get the third period underway in the final 20 minutes of the NCAA Division II Ice Hockey Championship for 1993. It's the Beavers against the Lakers, and it's the Beavers ahead of the Lakers 4-0 as we start the final 20 minutes.
Yes, a hungry crowd and the phone tiring. It's as hungry as the Beavers against his, well, Mercyhurst certainly is. They're hungry not just for at least one goal. They want to get on the thing, but the Beaver team is hungry for the national championship, and Todd Kleibek definitely doesn't want any goals invading his shutout, as you were talking about Jalen Nathan, and their goaltender fears competition to maintain that shutout.
Speaking about all that hunger makes you want to go out and get one of those hot dogs. A couple of those hot dogs, nachos before the game, and boy, were they good. Speaking of good, that's what we're seeing right here and what you're watching as well. As the Beavers are on top of the Lakers and playing just a whale of a game. 4-0 is the score over the Lakers as we get set to start this final period. There's a look at the Beaver bench.
Coaches Gary Sweet and the trainers that head coach Bob Beavers.
And of course, we'll mention again, Coach Peters could pick up his 603rd career win if the score stays in favor of the Beavers in the final 20 minutes here.
And 9th national championship.
And 9th national championship. Maybe a little bit later in this period, we'll do a rundown of the national championship. As we're underway in this third period, the Lakers with it in their zone, and they'll bring it out. John Johnson steaming across and knocked down by a couple Beavers. Chris Bjornsson and Morkway in on the action, and McKinnon's shot goes up and above Krivik, and Krivik getting a little shove in there himself with Johnson. So the Lakers coming out steaming here in the third period. Johnson skates in front, his centering pass. What a save, it's up in there somewhere. McKinnon's shoulder, and finally Krivik falls on the puck. But a shot from just outside the circle. Krivik could have easily been screened on that. And Johnson will go to the bench for the Lakers.
As Krivik gets a little help from the referee in resetting up the net for the Beavers.
Kevin McKinnon, though, will go to the penalty box, as will, looks like number 17, Jason back for the Beavers. Face-off coming to the left of Krivik. Just 40 seconds into this final period. Batatol out now to Tollefson. And indeed, the penalty is to Jason Mack. Kevin McKinnon for the Lakers being assessed a roughing penalty. So, no advantage either way for either team. Herb with the puck up against the boards, battling with McDonald. And centered out in front and saved by Krivik as Medea pushed the puck and Krivik into the goal, and a good call by the ref, whistling that Krivik had possession.
Had to possession there. Looks like the light might have went on there preventing some complaining by the Mercyhurst, but it was clearly no goal, and Todd Kryvik had possession 100%.
We've seen a little bit more aggressive play by the Lakers as they have come out in the third period and stormed it. And Kryvik has had to come up with some big saves already. We're just a little bit more than 1 minute into this period. And another shot just goes wide of Kryvik. That came from just outside the circle. Manitow will dump and chase now. Pelazar behind his own net. Out to Medea. Medea will center it across into neutral ice and into Beaver territory where Housie picks it up. And Manitow will go to the penalty box as he picks up the infraction here in the stoppage of play. And that will give the Lakers a power play. Just a minute and 30 seconds into this final period, the Lakers will go on a power play as Manitow goes to the bench or the penalty box for 2 minutes.
As we've mentioned, that the penalty killing by the Beavers has been the strongest part of the team this weekend. Could have been a lot closer games if it wasn't for the penalty killing, only allowing one power play goal, and that was the first sacred goal last night.
Rob Medea and Omer Belial centering it off just inside the blue line. And now back to neutral ice where they'll go back to Lakers and restart. Bahoun, his pass blocked by Belial. Actually took it in the back of the leg. Nonetheless, the Beavers clear the zone, and the Lakers will have to regroup and restart, and they will. Number 19 bringing it across Bryce Bahoun as he skates all the way in, ridden down by Morquay. And Bjornsson will pick it up for the Beavers and just clear the zone as he sends it the length of the ice. And as Omer Belial gets there first for the Beavers, sends it around with Bahoun and Medea. And it'll be Bahoun now. Gets it out into the neutral zone. And Bjornsson will send it back the other way. And he does. With Pelazar leaves it for Moyer now. Moyer being hassled by Erb. Gets it ahead to Medea. 3-on-3. No advantage there. Dakota back. And a kick save by Kryvik on the shot from the center. Right in front of the net.
From Todd Kryvik.
And Erb's blast was deflected by Bryce Bahoun and then gloved to the left by Pelazari.
If nothing else, the Lakers have done a good job of containing skating Erb tonight.
Back to neutral ice now where Moyer has it for the Lakers. He'll send it around the board. Ryback picks up the puck. Picked up now by Hunt. Hunt to the right side to Gucci. Gucci with the puck on his skate. Loses it now to Carter. Carter will dump it into the Lakers zone and go to the bench. Line change coming up. Manitow, Mansrud, and Bernie Atlas back on the ice. And the Beavers are back at full strength now. Sean Taggart comes on the ice. The Lakers, Johnson brings it into the Beaver zone. In the corner, where Atlas will bring it out for the Beavers. To the blue line. Neutral ice. Sends it from Mansrud, who loses it to Gustafson, who's just back off the bench. Gustafson gets it to Foster. Foster off the glass, ahead to Mansrud. And then now into the Lakers zone, McDonald will pick it up for them. And Taggart blocked the bouncing puck and sent it in on net, where Pelazari loves it, sat on it to draw the face-off.
16:53 remaining race for a possible national championship for Bemidji Beavers. But if Bemidji doesn't win this regulation game, it's not over yet. There will be a mini game following this game. And then if no championship is decided, there will be a sudden death overtime. But that does not look like the case right now.
4-0 is the score for the Beavers. Mansrud with the puck on the far corner. Up against the glass, now cleared out of there, steered out of there to Gauthier, and he'll bring the puck up and fires from the red line just to the left of Kryvik. Now a centering pass. Kryvik watches it go through the crease, where Mondrew picks it up. Mondrew to Atlas. Atlas loses at the blue line and steered back in by Moore. Picked up by Gustafson to Housey. And Housey will just flip it down into the corner and head to the bench. Bjornsson and Morquay back out at defense for the Beavers. Flipped ahead now to Gauthier, and he'll steer it into the neutral zone. Shot up and ahead by Bjornsson. Steered around the corner now by Pellizzari. The centering pass tried to come from Bouillon. It was cleared out of there. Still kept in now by McKechnie for the Beavers. He shoots and a sliding save by Trevor Hunt. That one looked like it could have hurt a little bit. Rob Medea steers it around the far corner. The Beavers doing a good job of keeping it in the Lakers zone, putting the pressure on. Medea picks it up, and he'll send it to the neutral zone. Steered back away by Morquay. Morquay trying to contain McDonald, coming in, and a shot kicked up and away. Another save for... And that one steers clear of the pipe. Krivik all over the place as Hunt had a shot on the net and a couple of saves by Krivik. Holy cow.
Definitely all over the place, and the fans show their appreciation.
Dan Tolson had a one-on-one opportunity. Good save by Pellizzari. Now the Lakers with the puck into the Beavers zone. Foster will dump it back into the neutral ice. And Tom Murphy will give chase. Couple of lines, two-line pass. And that'll be icing. So we'll go to the other end of the rink for a face-off. 13:39 left in this, the final period of the NCAA Division II Ice Hockey Championship. All signs in favor of the Beavers as they lead 4-0 over the Lakers.
As you can probably hear from the crowd, people are saying let's play Beaver hockey, which is exactly what they are doing tonight. Beaver hockey, defense, goaltending.
And a little offense as well.
And a little offense, that never hurts.
Right now, content to run out the clock and get these final 13 minutes over with. Centering pass nicked out of there by Foster. That came from LeGue for the Lakers. And they'll regroup with Art Thomas and LeGue. And LeGue dumps it back into the Beavers zone. Gustafson chasing after. He'll pick it up. John Johnson over there battling for the Lakers. Johnson and Gustafson around the corner. Gustafson with the puck, sends it out. An attempt by LeGue to keep it in the zone, and that fails. And so they'll go back and reset. Mondrew trying to forecheck. Ahead now to McKinnon. McKinnon slides in front of it and goes crashing into Krivik. A penalty coming up, and Krivik is laying in his net, but another fine job and another great save at the other end of the ice. Play still going on, but
Krivik is down and Spanner comes out.
Krivik just got belted by McKinnon, who came in on net. McKinnon will go to the penalty box for interference.
I think it might be a little more than
interference. Nonetheless, he crashed in on net and took Krivik and one of the defensemen into the net with him. A big surge by the Lakers.
An anxious moment for Beaver fans as they wait the uprising of junior goaltender Todd Krivik. But as we mentioned last night, when Robin Cook went down for a bit, we had no loss in the exchange for goalies. Robin Cook can have a fine performance last night.
Here comes the official. So Jim Carter will get nailed with a 2-minute penalty. And Kevin McKinnon gets nailed with a 5-minute penalty for hitting the goalie in the crease.
which is quite self-explanatory, is what he did. Doubled him.
It's what they all should be. Nonetheless, a penalty to the Lakers. And Krivik appears to be all right, and that is going to be fabulous. Not only going to be fabulous, is fabulous.
He's taking his share of licks tonight.
Nonetheless, a save, big save, and he is all right. So Krivik will stay in the net. And the Beavers stay on top 4-0 here with 12:29 left in the third period. Carlson and Herb across the front line for the Beavers. We'll play 4-on-4 hockey. Shot by Herb goes up high above Pelzari. As Bjornsson picks up the puck for the Beavs. He'll bring it to the red line and across. And then loses it to McDonald. Slipping down is Morquay. McDonald ahead. And trying to get a shot was Medea, and his shot was weak and to the left of Krivik. Back at neutral ice now is McDonald. Craig McDonald, that is. His pass goes to the right of Krivik, who leaves it now for Morquay. Morquay brings it up now. Herb heads to the bench, replaced by Belisle. As well as Hosey comes on the ice.
And chance of Irby run through the student section of the Stonglass Fieldhouse.
They know as well that this is Jamie Herb's last game as a Beaver in the green and white. Breakaway now for McKechnie. He comes in on net and misses off the pipe. He had Pelzari beat and just hit the pipe. Good move by McKechnie. Still battling in the zone. McKeck and Hosey. McKechnie with it now. Looks to center. His centering pass goes through the skates of Julian, and then a shot by Gustafson wide right. Gus with it again. His pass to Bouillon goes beyond the goalie.
Final game for Jamie Herb, in addition to other seniors, Sean Taggart, Todd Krivik, fine game in net. Gary Gustafson on defense, and Dan Carlson has been playing a scrappy game for the Beavers.
Also known as Pinky. So 4 years of little Pinky Charleston coming to an end here.
What a package of might.
But it appears to be a good end. And still 11 minutes to go in this game. 4-0 for the Beavers. Reminder that we'll keep it right here after the game for the awards ceremony. The Beavers on top 4-0 over the Lakers at this point, making a strong bid to be awarded that national championship. And now let me find some wood to knock on.
They're not real wood, though.
Good enough. Damon Foster gives chase where he'll pick it up from Todd Krivik. And Foster will bring it out now for the Beavs. Cross the red line. Dump it into the far corner where Belisle will go after it. McKechnie and Gustafson. Gustafson tries to keep it in and gets it to McKechnie. McKechnie with a shot right on net. And then steered clear and all the way down the ice by the Lakers.
This is also the final game for senior manager Shane Dinkner, known as Dink. Give him a little plug there.
Beavers are back at full strength and on the ice. And almost putting it in the net was Tollefson as a beautiful pass from Craig Manitow. Jamie Herb with it to Foster. Foster to Gustafson. Gustafson in the corner now to Manitow. Manitow looking to come back out front. He will to Gustafson. Takes a shot. Herb. Line fires. Glove saved to the left by Pelzari. Herb just wound up and fired on the goal. And then Gustafson loses it back to the neutral zone and into the Beaver end, where Manitow will pick it up for the Beavers. Get to the head, Herb. Herb at the red line. Starts in. Leaves it for Bjornsson. Bjornsson and a goal! Chris Bjornsson is the Oriole in the middle.
Well put. And it is looking very, very fine for the green and for the white and green tonight.
In fact, why don't we say that was a double jump in the belt.
Definitely.
Beavers on top, 5-0 at the 9:35 mark, and it's Chris Bjornsson with a wrister from the blue line, just inside the blue line, for the goal. So the defenseman puts the Beavers on top, 5-0.
I don't think this crowd's going to settle down. I think the excitement is finally rolling through the stadium.
I think everyone is starting to realize that the national championship could very well be at hand. Still a long ways to go, though. But you can see that the Beavers definitely have the momentum in their favor.
And the way Quebec has been playing, nothing's going to get by him the next 9 minutes.
Back with it now, back to Max. We're in the corner. Foster with it to Mac. Mac weaving in and out. The shot by Morquay put up on goal. Pelazar with a couple saves there. As Carter tried to make the putback as well. Mac skates in, looks to shoot, does glove save up and to the left.
Urban Towson being credited for the assist on the goal.
So another point to Herb, another point to Towson in that first line, which has continued all season long, and especially here in the national championship game, to play extremely, very well. Extremely, very well.
Extremely.
That is very good.
To say the least.
Bernie Ellis fakes the shot, passes off to Foster at the blue line. Foster skates in, gives it to Tag. Tag looking to pass, cross ice to Katchuk. Back to Foster. His pass broken up by McDonald, but picked up again by Atlas. And then knocked out of there. Foster wanted to pass, and McDonald takes it away from him. And we'll have a break it in play.
And now the sweep sign comes out with Ruse Waven for the Bemidji State capacity crowd. 7:47 remaining in the 1993 season as the crowd stands on their feet.
The crowd on their feet. They want to sweep. We all want to sweep. And the Beaver players, no more than anyone else, wants this victory now.
Exactly, but nothing like a crowd like this. I mean, this crowd they want this as much as the Beaver players and the coaches, but truly championship for players. .47 left in the 1993 season as Mr. Vance Fawcett coming to join
I think
praising in the crowd.
I think he's coming over just to let them know that it's all right to get wild and crazy, to have some fun, but they can't climb up on those boards. And he'll get a standing ovation.
Let's hear it from Mr. Vance Fawcett. As we noted last night, he has seen every championship game here at the Beaver Pond.
Gustafson sends the puck in and around the boards behind the net where McKechnie, now Belisle will give chase. Back out front to Housey. Housey to Gustafson. Gustafson's shot didn't get much on it. It went left of the goal. He'll get it back. Gustafson now to McKechnie. McKechnie will pull it back out and look around. Out to the blue line. Shot right in on net. And another save by Pelazari as Belisle tried to make the putback. Gustafson wanting that shot from the blue line. Eric Monsrud in the penalty box for the Beavers, number 32.
Viola is getting a double minor for holding and roughing for the Lakers.
Manitow with the puck, gets it to Tkachuk. Tkachuk winds and fires, and the save by Pelazari. Herb battling with Tolson and up against Medea, and Herb will get the puck against the board. Back to Tkachuk, now to Tolson, and Herb with it. Fans chanting for Irby. He'll get the pass. He'll take the shot. No, he won't. He'll pass it to Thompson. Gets it back and knocked out of there by the defenseman. A fine job of giving and going there between Thompson and Herb. A combination we saw last night teaming up on a beautiful give and go goal.
As we alluded to in the pregame, they've been teaming up all season to form the number one line.
Tkachuk battling against Boyer against the boards, and Thompson picks it up to be picked up by Hunt. Hunt skates in, and his pass will be intercepted by the Beavers. And Bjornsson and Manitow send it back into the zone. Ahead now to McDonald. Good job, and he just got leveled by Chris Morquay.
Morquay just all over the place tonight.
In-your-face hockey right there from Morquay as he put him to the ice hard.
The junior from Grand Forks.
Slow rolling puck there, almost went in the net as Pellizzari couldn't find it. Mack trying to get it out in front of the net. Murphy with the shot. Pellizzari with the save. And Bjornsson sprawling out on the ice trying to prevent the puck from leaving the zone. He couldn't do it. Morquay will go back and retrieve it. Sends it around the board and down the ice. Karner and Bjornsson to the bench. Back on the ice. Bouillon and Gustafson. Atlas out there as well. And Bouillon will pick up the puck. Number 18, he'll just send it down the rink. And they'll whistle this one dead. Icing will be the call at 5:19 left in game number 2 of the Division II NCAA Division Championship. Bemidji State 5, Mercyhurst 0, and the wave has begun.
The capacity crowd here is beginning to feel the excitement. I don't know. Are you feeling the excitement?
I'm feeling the excitement. I got goosebumps on my goosebumps.
Yeah, I'm just all a quiver.
So Mercyhurst will take a timeout here at 5:19. We're doing the wave in the stands with them. We'll do the wave in the stands with them.
Led by a depth statistician.
So Bemidji State 5, Mercyhurst 0. Timeout right now on the ice. Rick Godkin trying to come up with some sort of plan for the Lakers. They need to come up with some quick goals, and they're on the edge of being out of this one.
Very much so. I don't think that they could, the 5 goals in 5 minutes and 19 seconds is so unlikely.
As we've been talking all along here, Todd Krivik has just gotten better as the game has progressed. And they haven't scored a goal in 2.5 or 2 3/4 periods. To score 5 of them in the last 5 minutes seems virtually impossible. So with the faceoff coming in the Beaver end of the ice, Pellizzari goes to the bench. The open net on the far side of the rink. And the faceoff coming between Carlson and Herb. Carlson and Padilla. Herb out there for the Beavers as well. The front line, and now Herb will make the draw. Shot blocked by Bemidji. Sent in against the board. Herb will pick it up. He's got an open net if he can find it. He gets it ahead to Hosey. Hosey steered out of there by Moyer. Herb will bring it across the blue line now. And he'll send it ahead to Thompson if Thompson can find it. His shot knocked out of there by Bahoum. And Moyer gets it ahead to McKinnon. McKinnon sends it into the Beaver zone. The open net still sitting down there. Pellizzari has gone to the bench as they're down 5-0. Carlson tries to send it out of the zone, held in there with a nice glove save by Bahoum.
1.5 minutes and counting to championship. Reminder that me and Jeff Quanton will be Jeff Swanson and I will be choosing the MVP at the end of the game. Will be awarded KBSU Sportscast.
Let's just kick back and enjoy the atmosphere here at the Fieldhouse for a moment.
As the fans chanting, "Go Stud the Bus." They have a long bus ride to Mercyhurst.
Well, actually,
to
clarify it, they'll take the bus, but they will be flying home. They did not make the 25-hour bus trip out here from Erie, Pennsylvania. Nonetheless, the fans here sensing that this game is in the books. 5-0 for the Beavers. Pellizzari has returned to the ice as the faceoff will be coming from just outside the Beaver blue line. Atlas wins the draw now to Foster, and the Beavers will take it back into their own zone to Taggart. Taggart ahead to Atlas, and they'll start up into neutral ice. Atlas brings it across. Kevin Gauthier is in the penalty box, and the Beavers have the power play for 2 minutes. Eric Monsrud skates it into the Laker end. Atlas with it to Taggart. Taggart's shot almost goes in as Pellizzari sprawls to keep the puck from going in the net. Krivik comes out, directs Foster to go behind his net, and just wait there, which he will. Foster will start it out now. 2 tags. Tags, the senior captain, playing in his final game for Bemidji State on the ice right now. Monsrud with it, ridden off by Hunt. Moyer and Taggart, and Bernie Atlas going after it. Bernie Atlas got hooked as he came across, and that'll be another penalty going against the Lakers. This one going to Andrew Moyer, number 3, the senior from Burlington, Ontario, and he'll go to the bench.
You're not going to hear any more excitement in this championship crowd and this championship moment for BSU. As my co-host Jeff Swanson is joining the fun. Hey. Goodbye.
Holy cow.
Is taken away by the emotion.
So I won't take up the singing career. 5-0 is the score. We're at 3:25 in the final period. The countdown is on. Trevor Hunt skates it into the Beaver end of the ice. It'll be picked up by Art Thomas. Thomas ridden off by Bjornsson. Starting it up now, Greg McKechnie. McKechnie, number 16, gets it to Omer Belisle. Belisle into the zone. Now to Bjornsson. Bjornsson with the puck. His pass almost went in off the skate of Bouillon. Morquay with it now. And Morquay getting shoved there by Kevin Proud. Or Justin Proud. Bjornsson brings it in the zone and he'll sit there. Where he's with the for offside. 2:48 here in the third period. The Beavers on top 5-0 over the Lakers.
It's been a long time coming. There's been quite a drought for about 7 years without championship play. And I do say that this could be the beginning of another proud chapter in BSU sports history. Division II realignment.
Certainly proving that they're an excellent team and that they can play in this Division II tournament. There was some question playing Division III teams all year long, but the Division III conference that they're in is extremely good.
The best in the nation, possibly, and those teams might join Division II in the future, so you could be seeing BSU and Stevens Point in championships in the future.
Trevor Hunt with the puck for the Lakers. They'll get whistled for offside. Scott McDonald arguing his point with the ref, but as we know, that does no good. And there goes toilet paper onto the ice, and that'll draw a stoppage from the refs. They'll take time to wipe up that mess.
Ooh. Don't quit your day job. Oh, if you have a day job.
I don't have a day job.
Glass field has just a quiver. Quiver. I really used that one. I heard it on David Letterman once. So. Actually, he said he was a quiver of festering food, whatever that is.
Things a little chipper out there on the ice. Mercyhurst, knowing that they're going to be heading back to Erie as runner-up in the Division II championship. At that time, Justin Proud gave a little shove to Tom Murphy of the Beavers. Murph just stood there and shook his head.
The last card, buddy. Go set the puck.
Yep. Sitting in now a 3-on-1. It's Mack, and Mack's shot steered up and away by Pellizzari. Stick loose on the ice. That's Proud, and he'll skate without it for a while. Hosey tried to get the stick out of the way, and there we go again. Tom Murphy and Justin Proud going at it. Right out in front of the net. The refs get in there to break it up.
Which really is sort of unnecessary, but what are they going to do? Suspend him for the rest of the season?
The broom is on the ice. Krivik will come over and pick up the broom. It's going to be a sweep, folks. Going to be a sweep.
Krivik going around the stadium with the broom, or at least in his corner of the ice.
Murphy very upset, and he is really arguing his case with one ref, then the other ref, and they're going to escort him off the ice, and that's something he does not want to do. He wants to stay out there for the remainder of this game. Grant's saying, well, you can stay right here by me. And he will.
I think fans will let him slip onto the ice at the end of the game.
I think so too. So Murph not leaving the arena entirely, not going to the locker room. He'll stay close by. Coach Peters there. He always looks to see whether he's winning 5-0 or whether he's losing.
Yep, quite the pensive look there.
There's a look at the Beaver bench, and can you tell that that group of guys are happy?
Yes.
High-fiving, hugs. They know that their dream season is about to become reality as Foster takes the puck, will just send it around the rink. Picked up by Jamie Erb. Jamie Erb, the senior captain, bringing it across the blue line. A fight in the far corner, and that'll stop the play as Erb was bringing it in 3-on-2.
A dream season that started back in September with a 22-mile run around Lake Bemidji, an annual trek that Coach Peters planned for his Beaver squad to weed out the players.
Tell you what, I was there for that marathon run. As you might
Did you run?
No, I did not run. I was in the warm car. It was 6 o'clock in the morning. It was dark and it was snowing that day, and it was very, very cold. But I was there along with Brian Nordling, and we were there just checking them out and making sure that they ran the entire marathon. At that time, Coach Peters told me, he said, I think that we are going to have a very good club this year with the readmittance of Division II hockey in the playoffs. He said, I feel there's a very good chance that we could make a run at the Division II title. That was just pathetic. Coach Peters. At the time, it seemed a long ways off, but 4-5 months of hard work are about to pay off. We're a minute 41 away.
Moments like this make the moments of running in 20-degree weather at 6 a.m. in a snowstorm more worth it.
Exactly. Once again, we'd like to say the Red Line Swingers have done a great job as well the entire year, bringing the energy level here at the John Glass Fieldhouse to its highest.
Along with everybody at the BSU Athletics Department, BSU Sports Information, and KBSU TV.
And most importantly, we have to thank the guys on the Bemidji State Hockey team for bringing us a wonderful season all year long. And I said, even if they would just make it into the national championship, that would be just a thrill enough for me. We watched 4 years of hockey here, and this is just going to be just tremendous.
Oh yeah, this is a great feeling.
Erb with the puck across the blue line, knocked off there by Sakanikis. And the Lakers will regroup to neutralize. Carlson will send it back in.
Although I had a little more luck on the fan part, this will be my third national championship that I have witnessed.
Well, it's a good thing we had you alongside then. Skating in Hunt, he'll dump it into the zone. Tried to be gloved there by Morquay. Collison, Morquay. Herb with it. Herb will just dump it down the ice, and he'll go to the bench with a minute remaining. Peg and Bernie Adelis out there. We're under a minute, folks. Under a minute left in this one. The Beavers are on their way to the national championship.
Countdown to victory. 40 seconds and counting.
Peg's going after the puck. The senior. Around the corner, Hunt with it. And Hunt will start it up. He's in no real hurry to get to the blue line. Now sends it across to Andrew Moyer. Andrew Moyer is taken down, picked up by Morquay. Morquay will start it up. Morquay, number 15, going to the corner. He'll look to center it. He'll look to pass. Bernie Atlas with it in the corner, and he's ridden out of there. Picked up by the Lakers. The countdown is on, folks. At 10 seconds left in this one.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
With the puck,
and the Beavers win the championship.
The Beavers are national champions. The Beavers are national champions.
For the 10th time in BSU's proud history, they are the national champions of small college hockey.
5-0 is the final score, folks, and we're not going anywhere.
Let the fans shout onto the ice.
Let's just sit back and enjoy it.
The look of perfect contentment on Coach Peter's face is going watching his team claim yet another championship.
On the ice, ecstatic, to say the least, ecstatic, as are everyone here. No doubt about it, the Beavers are national champions. The NCAA Division II championship has been decided. It's the Beavers 5, the Lakers 0. We're not going anywhere. We're keeping it right here for the award ceremony, which will be coming up shortly. Fans climbing back over, over the board. They know this is a sweet one. What a way to end a beautiful season. Let us say right now, take nothing away from Mercyhurst. They're a heck of a club.
They will be back.
I can believe that. Only in their 5th year as a Division II competitor, as a hockey team, and they are in the national championship. So a fine job Rick Godkin has done with his club and getting them here to the big dance. But it's the Beavers that waltz out of this one with the national championship.
Nothing like it. March Madness has definitely hit Bemidji, Minnesota.
As we say, folks, we're keeping it right here. Coach Peters just sitting back, and he knows this one is sweet, but cracking a little smile there. Jamie Erb on the ice. And nothing more I can say about the way the team has played than fabulous. And what a way for number 14, Jamie Erb, to end his career here at Bemidji State with this national championship. As for all the seniors,
what a way for Todd Kleibeck to end his career.
Right, with the shutout. With the shutout.
And Robin Cook, only a freshman, has a lot of this to look forward to.
ceremony is coming up shortly. Flags are on the ice. The fans on their feet. They have been on their feet since the final buzzer.
Before that, for some.
And there's the buzzer again. I'm speechless.
Teamwork.
I'm speechless, but what they might say, silence is golden, and although I'm not saying anything, this place certainly is not silent.
As Terry said in the 1989 Divisional Championship, just take a look at that happy mass of humanity.
Well, that mass of humanity is standing on its feet, is hugging each other on the ice. We'll just sit back, we'll turn it up. You can listen to the PA announcer as we do the awards. Individual awards will be handed out first to the Lakers from Mercyhurst. Andrew Moyer, number 3, the defenseman, getting his award. Moyer was all over the place for the Lakers. Justin Proud, I've called him Kevin all game long. Andrew Moyer, a senior, playing his last game for the Lakers. Paul Campuzano, just a sophomore.
Outstanding turnaround for the goalie.
Yes. Talking about Mirko Penizzari. Only allowing 5 goals tonight. He did play admirably in the losing effort. Tom Dakota accepting his award, one of the captains, one of 3 captains on this Laker team.
Number 19, Bryce Lahoo. Number 20, Randy Ledoux.
Randy Ledoux, a defenseman, 6-foot senior,
Number 21,
playing his final game in the green.
Number 22, Rob Medea.
Rob Medea, also a senior. He's been a big leader on this team.
Number 23, Kevin McKinnon.
Kevin McKinnon, just a freshman, so you can expect that he'll see some more playoff experience in his next 3 years for the Lakers.
Number 25, Scott McDonald.
As we talked all game long and yesterday, the Beavers just seem to want this one more than the Lakers. Not taking anything away from the Lakers, because they did play hard and aggressive, but you can tell that whether it was the atmosphere, whether it was being at home, the Beavers just came out and wanted the game, and they got them.
Home crowd definitely has a lot to do with championship.
Number 29, Virgil Navarrete.
This crowd is no exception.
Number 30, Scott Barber.
Scott Barber, a guy who we thought would see some more action in net after last night's game. That was not to be the case, as we mentioned. Pellizzari did have a good turnaround in net for the Lakers. Trevor Hunt, the other of the 3 tri-captains, accepting his award, just a sophomore. He's a 6-foot defenseman. And Sakanikas rounding out the remainder of the Lakers athletics.
Assistant Coach Craig Barnett.
Assistant Coach Craig Barnett will come out and accept his award as well. Head Coach Rick Gotkin, of course, only in his 5th year at the helm of the Lakers, and he does deserve a warmful handshake, which he is receiving from the fans here, because he has done a wonderful job in leading this Mercyhurst team to the point of stage that they are at in just 5 years.
Nobody's going anywhere, and neither are we. The fans are still standing. Capacity. Waiting for the hoisting of that championship trophy. What a feeling.
Yep. What a feeling.
The moment everybody here has been waiting for.
You saw that silhouette of the #1 figure being held up there on your screen just a moment ago. That's what the Beavers are. They are #1 in the nation. They solidified it by winning these 2 games and doing so handedly. 10-6 last night, 5-0 tonight.
No question.
Coach Peters is now standing up as they are being announced. And Kelly Tkachuk, #2, being announced for the Beavers. Chris Bjornsson, and what a job he did, the defenseman for the Beavers. I have a feeling I'll be making that statement for just about each and every player. Kevin Powell, of course, not in uniform tonight. Sean Taggart, #23. One of the captains,
5 seniors.
and one of 4 captains. Gary Gustafson, #9, another captain, another senior.
Taconite, Minnesota.
He told me on Friday or on Thursday afternoon that he wasn't shaving and wasn't combing his hair until the games were over. So Tom Murphy allowed back on the ice.
To no one's surprise.
No one's surprised, accepting his award. Damon Foster, #12, out to receive his award, the junior defenseman. And Jamie Erb, and just listen to the crowd appreciate all he's done for the Beavers.
Manitoba.
Chris Morquay, another defenseman, and we called his name all night long as he was everywhere on the ice. Craig McKechnie, #16, also doing a fine job.
Along with Jason Mack, also from East Grand Forks.
Jude Bouillon. And Omer Belisle, the third of those 3 sophomores on that sophomore line. Belisle, Bouillon, and McKechnie. Jim Carter, #21.
Mike Peterson. #24, Chris DeLeon.
And of course, Chris DeLeon accepting his award. Bernie Atlas, scrappy freshman from Canada. He'll be back, as will Manitow.
With the majority of the team, looks a bright future.
Dan Pinky Thompson, and what a career for that kid.
Senior from Wilmer, Minnesota.
R.J. Larson accepting his award. suiting up tonight, as we were saying, talking to Chris DeLeon. DeLeon and Montrud have been switching off throughout the season.
Robert Cook, freshman netminder, definitely a great career ahead of him.
Yep. And Ty Krybeck. And what a game, what a career, and what a way to end his career with the shutout. And with
Fine, stellar performance from the senior from Crookston, Minnesota.
And with the plaque, I believe that he'll probably get a hat as well.
Definitely. Got my vote.
Player of the game nominee. Probably get my nomination as well.
Throw my hat in the circle too.
We'll tally the votes up, but I think he's probably got it. The captains, once again, Taggart, Gustafson, Erb, and Collison holding up the plaque, and let's just enjoy it, folks.
I'm not the only person in here with a lump in my throat at this moment.
Yeah, you're right about that. Following the team all year long, I'm probably just as excited as they are, except I can't get that excited or I'll blow everyone out of the arena.
Yeah.
You may want to turn down your volume on your TV set.
Coach Peters giving words of encouragement to Mercyhurst Coach Rick Godkin, an assistant.
And I'm sure Rick Godkin telling Bob Peters what a whale of a job he has done, because he has.
Wrap it up, number 603 for R.H. Peters. Can't even rival that in any sport right now.
No, that's for sure. And what a job the team and everyone has done.
Kudos to assistant coaches Kevin Williamson and Gary Sweet.
And also Renee Frost, nice job.
Bill Cruz,
the trainers, keeping the guys healthy all year long and keeping them ready to play and be on the ice.
The whole athletic department, Dan Fawcett. And you, Jeff Swanson, for letting me take part in this.
Most definitely. And while we have a little chance, any broadcast or rebroadcast of tonight's game without express written consent from KBSU Television and the NCAA is strictly prohibited. It's Photographer Road out there as the Beavers savor the sweet taste of victory.
Nothing like it. Coach Peters Valke, and congratulations from BSU football coach Chris Diaz.
And wow, once again, the final score in this one, it's Bemidji State 5, the Mercyhurst Lakers 0, and the Beavers are Division II's national champion for 1993. We're going to take a quick break here. We'll be back shortly. Once again, the final, Bemidji State 5, the Lakers 0. We'll have final game analysis, a wrap-up, and much, much more. So stay with us when we return here. Once again, NCAA Division II Ice Hockey Championship, the Beavers 5, the Lakers 0, and you've been watching it right here on KBSU TV 7. Back in a minute.
A leading center of commerce and of scientific exploration. I will do the job I've been ordered to do to the best of my ability, sir.
They call up the Federation and invite them right in.
We demand the unconditional surrender of this station, or we will open fire.
Damage report.
Direct hit level 14.
Sensors are not functioning.
We've lost all contact with the space station.
What the hell is happening out there?
I don't know.
I love it! I love it! The Beavers are national champions! It's a sports cap spectacular! This week, you gotta be watching! You gotta be watching!
Oh, Jeff, settle down. Nobody can understand you. What he's trying to say is Wednesday night, 7 o'clock, Channel 7, an hour-long edition of Sports Cap. It's a Sports Cap spectacular for the 1993 national champion Beaver hockey team. Are you okay now? All right, good, good.
I love it! I love it! Right here! KBSU with the sports cap spectacular!
Welcome back to the John Glass Fieldhouse. The Beavers are the national champions for 1993, and what a way to do it. 5-0 over the Lakers of Mercyhurst, and Todd Ryback with an incredible game in net, throwing the shutout.
No better way to end it. As the red line singers are on the field, on the ice, calling for the Beavers to come back, and they come to skate back with the championship trophy hoisted over the shoulders. Still a lot of people here saving the moment. What else? The national championship, king of small college hockey, 5-0 victory.
24-7 is what the Beavers will end their season at, but no victory is any sweeter than what just happened tonight on the ice at the John Glass Fieldhouse. The 5-0 shutout, and as we mentioned, Todd Ryback, the senior from Crookston, and what a whale of a game he had, coming up with save after save after save, and even when he was out of the net, the defensemen Chris Morquay, Chris Bjornsson were right there to help him out. Team effort all around, and if you could analyze the entire season in one or two words, team effort would be that.
Team effort, depth of bench, goalies, Robin Cook, Todd Ryback, alternating players, Montu, Christine Leon, the coaches well prepared, preparing the team for this final plateau.
Yes, and that's all I can say, because that, my friends, was a fabulous season for the Beavers, as well as a fabulous game tonight. And Jamie Erb leading the way yesterday with 4 goals. Did not tally any goals tonight. He had a couple of assists, but it was spread out amongst everyone as they all got in the game and all contributed. Chris DeLeon, as we mentioned, did not suit up tonight, played last night, and was credited for a goal. We thought he had a goal. Today it came out that they've given it to someone else, but I still believe that he deserved the goal. If they don't give it to him, he still deserved the goal. Fine job yesterday. Eric Monsrud in the uniform tonight in replacement of Chris DeLeon. He did a fine job as well.
Yeah, but then again, I don't think Erb's really thinking about the individual statistics right now. He's more along the lines of the team thinking right now.
As we've mentioned, Erb was 3 goals shy of Joel Otto's record for a Division II championship series. He needed 3 goals tonight. Joel Otto had finished with 7. Irby had 4, but that doesn't matter. What is important, the Beavers have come out, they've won the national championship, and they are the #1 team in the nation, and rightly so, they deserve it very much.
My sentiments exactly.
Once again, we'll just want to express our thanks for a wonderful season to everyone. Vance Walstead, who's done a fine job allowing and helping us out so we can bring you these games. The Red Line Swingers for their fine job of stirring up the energy here at the Fieldhouse, and they are dedicated as well. And of course, the 1992 and 93 Beaver hockey team, thanks for the great time and the great memories that we'll have for years and years to come.
And thanks to the production crew here at the studio.
That's right.
Here and at the studio.
Chris Thompson directing here, Kristen Peterson and Shannon Overnback at our studios, making sure that we get this broadcast out to you. Everyone behind the scenes all year long, they've done a fine job. and hate to bring myself, but I'm the producer of Beaver Hockey.
Well, you deserve it.
It's been fun. It's also been a lot of work, but something like this just makes it all worthwhile. And once again, Bemidji State 5, Mercyhurst 0. The Beavers are the national champions for the NCAA Division II. We're going to take a break. Actually, we're going to leave you now as we have to...
Right into the sunset.
Right into the sunset. I think the sunset is set, but actually we have to go out and help the Beavers celebrate now. What a fine season and fine job. For everyone behind the scenes and everyone who came out and enjoyed the game tonight, 5-0, the Beavers over Mercyhurst. For Mike Crocker, I'm Jeff Swanson. You've been watching it here on KBSU TV. Good night.
Good evening and welcome to this Sports Cap Spectacular. I'm Jeff Swanson. It's been a week and a half since fans poured over the hockey board at the John Glass Fieldhouse to congratulate the Bemidji State hockey team on a successful sweep of Mercyhurst and a national championship in Division II. It's also been a week and a half in which we have spent going through highlight after highlight and working hard to make this hour-long spectacular exactly that, spectacular. Joining me on the set, Mike Snyder, play-by-play announcer, and a guy who has followed the Beavers all year long. We will visit with him, as well as head coach R.H. Peters, and senior goaltender Todd Krivik will be here as well, and Jamie Erb might even make an appearance. And with all that said and done, this promises to be a great show. And Mike, we appreciate you coming on.
Hey, it's my privilege to be here, and it will be a great show. No telling what will happen when we get a couple goalies in here for interviews, and also a little bit later on, we have a special dream video to capture all the great emotions from the John Glass Fieldhouse about a week and a half ago.
It promises to be good. So, okay, on with the show and on with the highlights. Bemidji State making their first appearance in a national championship game since 1986. The Beavers entered the opening night contest with a 22-7 overall record. Their counterpart, the Lakers from Mercyhurst, boasted an 18-8 record, but they were making their first appearance ever in a championship game. On paper and in warm-ups, both teams looked familiar. Sticks, skates, green uniforms. Everybody in the stands needed a program to keep them straight, even Grandma. Hey, now, who's this guy? It's number 14 for the Beavers. Well, even the Lakers should have put a star next to number 14, Jamie Erb, as he got comfortable with the net.
Erb leading on the attack, cross the red line now. Erb on the left side will face the shot and then puts it in the net. What a play by Jamie Erb. Not quite the offensive output we saw in the first period. Just one goal going to Jamie Erb, but that was a spectacular goal. Erb in front again. Shot up, number 2, the Oreo in the melt.
A fabulous goal. So good, well, let's see it again from another angle. Erb's 4 goals and 1 assist brought the fans to their feet, even that guy in the weird hat.
Finally picked up now by McKechnie, and he'll lead the Beavers out of the zone. Leads it now for a right on net and a goal. Omar Belisle from the right ring skated in. He got the puck. He put it in the net.
Belisle tallied 2 goals as well, and the Beavers spent half the game hugging each other. In 2 periods, the Beaver offense mounted 10 goals, and Robin Cook kept them out of rhythm. Laker coach Rick Gotkin could only wonder what hit him, and so could the referee. Oh! Lady, it hurts. Gets Ben Gay out. Mercyhurst, late third period surge, cut the lead to 10-6, but it was way too little and way too late. And the Beavers bang past the Lakers by the final of 10-6. Robin Cook advanced his win-loss record to 12-3. And despite giving up the 4 goals in that final stanza, Cook did perform well in earning that victory.
And he performed well all season long. The freshman comes down from Winnipeg, Manitoba, picks up the 12 victories, as you said, during the regular season, and then that one on Friday night. Very important, getting the Beavers off on the right foot. And he makes the all-conference team as a freshman, a very solid addition to the Beaver hockey organization. But Cook's job was made easier with the offensive explosion that took place in periods 1 and 2 on Friday night. We mentioned that Jamie Erb led the attack with 4 goals and also had an assist, and by doing so, inked his name into the record books. John Erickson from Gustavus Adolphus scored 4 goals to initially establish that mark back in 1982. Erb tied the record with just 22 seconds remaining in the second period, but then was held scoreless the rest of the game. However, you might remember that Jamie did have a goal in the first period, but the referees waved that off, saying that he was in the crease.
Yeah, well, Jamie always seems to be into something, and he will join us a little bit later in the show for his final edition of In the Box. But getting back to that, not only did he tie the record, he also had a shot at a couple other records in the tournament as well.
That's right. In 1984, Bemidji State forward Joel Otto set the Division II record for most goals in the tournament when he tallied 7 goals. That, however, was in a 4-game tournament structure. With Erb's 4 goals the first night and a similar result on Saturday, Erb could have broken the record in half as many games. Unfortunately, the Lakers were more aware of Erb's talent and only allowed him to tally 2 assists. The other record that Erb was vying for was most points in a single championship game. The record of 6 points was set by Jim Toomey from Merrimack College in 1978. Erb's first night performance left him 1 point shy of tying that record as well. Nonetheless, a fabulous weekend for Jamie Erb, who ends his career in 6th place on Bemidji State's all-time scoring list with 187 points.
And that's certainly nothing to tease at, and a great job by Erb all year. Much more still to come tonight on the Sports Cap Spectacular. Irby will join us for his final edition of In the Box, plus those exciting highlights from the second night's exuberant victory. Stay with us. Their season.
Morthway gets it down into the Balkan zone. Going after Carter, trying to wrap around, attempt, he shoots, he scores! Jeff Carter with a beautiful wraparound goal.
Yeah. Together, baby.
No, this is not a Marine training camp at all. Part of the long tradition training that I've been associated with was way back in 1961. Again, it's a Beaver hockey tradition. We have young men running with us now whose fathers have done this. So it you might say, runs in the family. I think we have an excellent chance at doing well. The winning conference is not out of the possibility of attaining that in the national championship. Of course, we like to do those things, but that's what it's all about. I actually do very well at the top of the league. It's a good squad, a lot of good players. We do very well.
Look for us to contend for the National 2 title as well as winning the Division III conference that we are in.
The vibration's good like sun chips. Many want to know who does it. Mark, and I'm here to move you. Rhyme to groove you, and I'm here to prove to you. So we can party on the positive side and smoke positive vibes. Come along for the ride. Singing you feel my rhythm is my occupation. So feel the vibration. Come on. Feel it. Feel the vibration.
Whether that video was prophetic or not, the Beavers certainly turned out a great season. However, it didn't start out that way. In fact, after the first 7 games, the Beavers had just a 3-4 record. And after being swept handedly at Stevens Point, the Beavers needed a turnaround, which they would get, and on their home ice against Wisconsin Eau Claire. The 2-game sweep of the Blue Golds on December 11th and 12th would be the start of a 12-game win streak, which boosted the Beavers' record to 15-4 and also rocketed them into a first-place rank in Division II hockey. That rank would hold true all season long, and after the big victory over Mercyhurst in the first game of the national championship, many fans and players began thinking about another banner season. And why not? We opened the book on Game 2 of this fairy tale season. Instead of Curds and Whey, it was Herbs and Quay teaming up to assist Craig Manitow, and Matty goes lower shelf in Mother Hubbard's cupboard, of course. It also put the Beavers up 1-0 and cause for celebration. Several young pucksters on hand to grade the Beavers as well. Well, give Kryvik an A.
Johnson with a shot right on net, and another one, and two good saves by Kryvik.
Pellizzari from the Lakers thought he could do the same thing in net. Well, he could for a while.
Donaldson in front of the net. Here comes Herb. And the shot picked up by Donaldson, and a goal. Donaldson with a goal on the rebound.
At that point, the Beaver bench knew they were just one game away from being champs. But in the second period, the Lakers' Kevin Gauthier with a great scoring chance, except you're offsides, Kev. Creed still thinking shutout. And the local fans thinking the worst for Mercyhurst. In the third period, the Lakers would try anything to score a goal. Kryvik says, not going to happen. Hey, what's going on here? This is my net. My net. The fans also sensing a sweep at the big dance. Up 4-0, the Beavers' Chris Bjornsson puts the icing on the cake.
Bjornsson and a goal! Chris Bjornsson!
And what a championship game. A short while later, the countdown was on. And for the Beavers, all they needed to do is let that clock expire, which they did. And the Beavers were the national champions with a 5-0 rout over the Mercyhurst Lakers from Pennsylvania. And all you could do was just celebrate. And the 5-0 victory for the Beavers over Mercyhurst, the first national championship for Bemidji since 1986. And by the sights of the guys celebrating on the ice after the game, you know that they were loving it.
The players definitely were enjoying themselves, and the national championship is always cause for celebration. But the national championship victory also means that Vance Balstead will be busy arranging for the new banner to hang in the hallowed rafters of the John Glass Fieldhouse. And that place has seen its share of victories. In fact, this year's title marks Bemidji State's 10th national championship. The first championship came in the NAIA playoffs back in 1968 when the Beavers beat Boston State 11-0 and then got past Lake Superior 5-4. It would also start an era of domination by the Beavers as they would win the NAIA championships in 1969, 70, 71, 73, 79, and in 1980. Then in 1984, the Beavers would switch to the NCAA Division II and promptly capture that national championship in a 2-game sweep of Merrimack College. In 1986, the Beavers found themselves in the Division III national championship where they edged Plattsburgh State 8-5, and that would be the last time until this year that the Beavers would be crowned the national champions.
And through all those championship seasons, there have been some great hockey players to don the green and white. When you think about the very best, of course, the name Joel Otto comes to mind. But what if you could comprise a team of the very best to play for Bemidji State? Well, that's exactly what Mike and myself have done. And here we go, the all-time dream team for Bemidji State. And Mike, start us off at forwards on that dream team.
On the forwards, we have Mike Alexander, the all-time leading scorer in Beaver hockey history. And along with him, we have Joel Otto, who led the Beavers to an undefeated season and the national championship in 1984. And of course, now Joel Otto, a member of the Calgary Flames, and he's also a captain of that team.
Mike Alexander, mentioning him, played through the 1984 championship season, 136 games, 98 goals, and 252 total points. Joel Otto, 122 games, he finished with 204 total points, and Jamie Erb, 187 total points. And we've mentioned him, he hasn't played in as many games as the rest of the guys.
When you look at the career totals for those three players, Jamie is 6th on the all-time scoring list, but in games played, he's played about 20 fewer games than everybody else on that list. So if you give Jamie 20 more games, you're going to give him about 20 or 30 more points, so he would move up a few more notches.
That would be one awesome front line if you had Well, you mentioned Mike Alexander, Joel Otto, and Jamie Erb are all-time dream forwards for Bemidji State.
And an honorable mention would go to Scott Johnson, and he would be probably that forward that you bring off the bench and put on the ice during the power play when you have 4 forwards out there.
At defense, Paul Ferry, the all-time point leader in defense for Bemidji, 120 games, 24 goals, and 117 points. And Terry Matson, who played in just 93 games in 3 years, but still finishes second with 106 points for defensemen.
Paul Ferry, somebody that we both have been fortunate enough to see wear the green and white for the Beavers, comes east from Seattle, Washington, and really played some very fine hockey during his time here at Bemidji.
And of course, something that has been popular for Bemidji State, the goaltenders. Coach Peters being a goaltender himself, and you know that he's going to have a good guy in net. In our selection, Blaine Comstock, who played in 78 games and leads in many categories. Actually, 11 shutouts is what he's on top for goaltenders, and his goals against average in 4 years, 2.431. So fine job for Comstock.
That's a shutout about every 7 or 8 games, and you get 11 shutouts in 78 games. A fabulous season for him.
And
career, I should say.
Career. And our coach. And I don't think there's any question about who the all-time...
Well, I did twist your arm a little bit on this one.
All-time head coach for Bemidji State. Yes, R.H. Bob Peters. 603 career wins and 10 national championships. Third on the all-time most winningest coaches list. So,
in 3 years here at BSU, I've seen a lot of things that I will remember, but it's hard to ever forget victory number 600 for Coach Peters, and also national championship number 10 for BSU.
It makes it very special that we can be a part of it. And in fact, Coach Peters will be joining us just shortly when we return here on Sports Cap. Joining us now, the captain of the ship, Beaver head coach R.H. Bob Peters. Coach, we appreciate you taking a little time to join us here on the set.
Well, it's always a pleasure to come and see your friends and students you know on the campus, particularly in the profession you're aspiring to attain. And I think it's just a real fun thing to do and a real pleasure.
Well, it's been a fun season, and we've certainly seen a lot of you and the Beaver hockey team. You're now in your 26th year, or you just completed your 26th year as the head coach of the Bemidji State hockey team. Previously at the University of North Dakota, where you led the Sioux to a WCHA title back in 1965, and now 10 national championships, and none any sweeter than this year's.
Well, each year you have particular characteristics of the team. There are reasons that the players seem to bring to you. There may be the personal reasons that are for ambition and attainment, but they're all good. I haven't been into a bad championship yet. The latest one always, of course, is what you're savoring at the moment. And right now we are doing that. But this year had a special tone for me, and that was the seniors on the team, particularly a few young people like Sean Taggart and Tollefson. We were in the 5th year. We redshirted them as freshmen. There's Jamie Erb in his special situation with us. In 4th year, captain of the team and going on to the East-West Shrine game of seniors throughout the nation. We'll be playing a game in Maine, and he's a part of that. There's Gary Gustafson and Todd Krybeck in the goal. You know, Todd Krybeck was on campus and was not going to come out for hockey. I called him on the phone at the insistence of his high school coach, who knew he was here. He said he wasn't interested, he didn't want to come out. Well, after 2 or 3 days of practice, I got back on that phone and talked to him, and he did come out. And much to his great accomplishment, he went on to become all-conference, and then, of course, winning the national championship and winning a conference title. So for a boy who didn't want to play, he made a major contribution to it.
Yeah, Todd Krybeck certainly in the 5-0 shutout and the national championship. What a way to do so.
Yes, I was particularly interested in seeing him achieve that. Being a former goalie, shutouts are like no-hitters in baseball. They just don't happen that often, and you relish them. And they're just little gems, little tokens of appreciation that you carry with you, and especially in the national championship when he did so well.
And we've talked about those 5 seniors that will be graduating. And although it is only 5 seniors that you're losing, you've mentioned that you're losing a lot of experience and a lot of team leadership.
Right. The team, the leadership of the team has to be built on juniors and seniors, and with a little extra emphasis on the seniors. Now here we have 5 young men that spent 4 and 5 years, as I explained previously, with us, and they are taking all this experience to the rink every time you play a weekend series, and you just simply cannot buy this experience. It comes hardly. You have to earn it, and when you get into very tight situations, if you're needing a goal or preventing a goal, nice to draw on that experience. The leadership level of a team, how far a team goes, can usually be measured by the junior, senior class, and the leadership therein.
Coach, the team got off to a little bit of a slow start this year, and even at one point had a losing record of 3-4. What did this group of seniors do to get the team going in the right direction?
Well, stability and the ability to not panic, but realize we have a serious situation, which we did have. But I should explain that to you in a little more depth. The reasons why we got off to a slow start were probably as follows. We had about 3 players that were not eligible till the end of the quarter. John Hosley was one, Damon Foster was another, and good heavens, good. One more player is Damon Houston right now, but they all came back to be eligible and went on to play major roles. That 3rd player, by the way, was Eric Montu. So we didn't have a full team, and we played a difficult part of our schedule on the road. Hence, the record that was not too impressive at the time. But we were able to knit it all together. About December 8th or 9th, when we played here against Eau Claire, we seemed to start on the way back and pulling it all together. It was, I'm not going to say downhill, because we had a lot of work to do in terms of honing the edge and polishing the team. But approximately the time we played River Falls in the playoffs, we were at the top of our game, and it just continued right on through the rest of the playoffs.
Jamie Erb was also missing in the early part of the season with that knee injury.
That's true. We missed Jamie on the trip to Stevens Point. And when we take Jamie out of the lineup, you're looking at 2 or 3 goals in the game. It may be 2 goals for you, 1 goal he prevents. And you look at how we lost those games over there, and they were all 3-goal games. So Jamie Erb probably would have felt a difference in at least one of those games.
And if there's any player who really stepped up his game in the national championship in that first game, what a way to start off a series with the 4 goals and assists for Jamie Erb.
Yes, his effort was particularly important because we matched him up against their very important player. Their best player went against Jamie, and I want to look at that. Now I go back to the previous statement about experience. Jamie comes in with senior, captain, a clutch player, all through his entire career. And I wanted to find out just exactly what the player from Pennsylvania could do against us. Mercyhurst had touted this boy as an All-American. Rightly so, he's a talented athlete. But I just kind of felt that the tone of the entire series would be set by how those 2 matched off against each other. And it turned out to be that Jamie was the player that had to be caught instead of being the player that was chasing Matteo from Mercyhurst.
Certainly not going to knock Mercyhurst, only in their 5th season, and they played rather admirable for coming up against kind of a touted club in Bemidji State University. As far as you now, 603 career victories against just 209 losses and 32 ties thrown in there as well. From the coaching standpoint, what is it like to have played or coached that many games and then going up against another club which is just in their 5th season? Is there kind of a coaching matchup that you try and do against that?
Well, you always hope that the experience you garnered over the years will do you well in such a tournament. And I can't say for sure if it did or didn't. I do know this, that I did my homework intensively on this team. I examined them in every which way, called many people I knew out east, try to get a good book on them, match lines, which we had to do. And of course, playing at home, you get the final move. as far as matching lines. We did it quite clearly, quite efficiently throughout, and it just kind of fell into place. But I like the fact that we had this experience. And I'll make a point here. The junior class of ours was larger and more experienced than their junior class. Might have been a difference. Might have been a big difference.
You talk about matching lines, and throughout the year, it's been regarded as the defensive line of Murphy, Mack, and Carner. And also throughout the year, they've done a good job of scoring goals. What kind of addition have they been to your team this season?
Perhaps one of the major reasons why we started that, I guess you can call it a comeback in December there, and why we did so well all year. They did match up against the most important line in the other team in just about every contest, starting about December 9th. They have quickness, they have talent, they have experience, they play very well together. Sometimes you're going to have all that. You have talent, experience, quickness. They don't play well together. And these boys did. They just had a good chemistry. And the scoring the goals turned out to be a bonus. Matter of fact, it caught the opponents by surprise because we were not only checking their top line to a standstill, we were outscoring it. When you do that, then your other lines, such as Tollefson, Erb, and Matisol, because our top scoring line can match up against a less offensive-minded line of the opponent, and you might see times over an extra.
Being a former goalie, I can't let you get away without asking a question about Robin Cook. Coming in as a freshman and making it on the all-conference team, and also looking ahead to next year, having such a solid freshman goaltender and losing Todd Krybeck, what will be the goaltending situation next year? Should we look for R.J. Larson to come in, or are you going to try to recruit another young goaltender?
Well, let me go back to the first part of that question and say that Todd Krybeck, in his first year, was all-conference also. And he came on this year and played extremely well. Bit of a slow start, but they both played off against each other. In other words, Friday night, we were rotating. Friday, Saturday night, changing these goaltenders, and they just reached up and took the challenge, which is something I had hoped for, realizing that both talented. Of course, Todd was most of the experience, Robin was a freshman. There's always a great deal of adjustment that has to be made as a freshman. I think as the year wore on, we saw two things. Todd Krybeck beginning to go form, being a pillar of strength for us in there. And Robin Cook got better with each outing. I just think by looking in the future that we're going to start next year with an experienced goaltender. We're going to miss Todd, but probably the person to carry the load for us will be Robin Cook. R.J. Larson has decided, at least in our last conversation, that he would forego his senior year. So we will probably have to go out and see if we can find a young goaltender to come in and begin to train him.
Okay, talking to some of the former players from Bemidji State, and they were talking, like, before the national championship about the tradition, and they felt that they were actually playing the game along with the players this year and wanting that national championship just as bad as the members of this year's club because of the tradition here at BSU.
This team, or we might refer to it as an organization going back all those years, has developed a very close camaraderie because we work with the alumni. Every second year we have an alumni gathering in the summertime. The whole purpose, of course, is to establish tradition. And at the heart of every great organization is pride. And we try to develop that. It takes a long time, many years. But through the alumni gatherings in the summertime, and special invitations to join us at the national championship, like we just witnessed last weekend. We also have gatherings at the Minnesota State High School tournament, little social gatherings. And so our players that pass through our program are never forgotten. Never forgotten, and they are contacted during the year with some newsletters, telephone calls, particularly if they are involved in coaching. We have to get scouting reports in various areas of the state, the country, even into Canada, even into Alaska. And so we've gotten to a point where a prospective recruit can contact me, and I'll find somebody within 100 miles of that location that can explore the situation further. So by doing all of this, we knit it all together, and we have a saying that once you play for me, you play for me forever. You're never forgotten.
Certainly helps to have had 26 years under your belt as well. One further question, Coach. Our time is escaping us here, but for most people who are at the game or saw it here on KBSU TV, the team celebrating, enjoying the exuberance of winning the national championship, and you calmly sitting on your bench, behind the bench, just kick back, relax, enjoying it. Your reasons for that?
It's their moment. The players have worked very long, very hard, particularly during the season. And it goes back to not just what we did during the season, but it goes back to things like the library, where they have to go for 3 nights a week for the first 6 weeks. It's the 22-mile hike that they've been on, the long practices, the sessions they have with me regarding their progress in school and or their progress on the ice. It's a long time. It's their moment. They should savor it. They should enjoy it. My enjoyment comes from seeing them progress to this point.
Well, Coach, it was a fabulous season, and for all the players who were named MVP after one of our broadcasts, they received a KBSU sports hat. And since you have been the engineer of another fine championship season, we want to honor you with the KBSU sports hat as well, Coach.
It's marvelous. Thank you very much, and I just think I got a place for this.
Great. We appreciate you coming on our show, Coach. And once again, fabulous season. We all enjoyed watching it and being a part of it. Thank you. And we'll be back here on Sports Gap in just a minute. With Coach Peters, and throughout his interview, you may have heard him mention senior goaltender Todd Kryvik and the tremendous effort he put forth in that national championship win. Well, Kryvik joins us now here on the Sports Gap set for this spectacular. And Todd, we got to start out with the most apparent question of all, and what was going through your mind as time expired in that second game?
Well, the last 5 minutes of the game are probably the 5 longest minutes of my career out there. Just wanted the game to get over because we felt we had it wrapped up and we wanted to celebrate.
Well, certainly with a 5-0 lead, emphasis on the 0 for the goaltender and the effort that you put forth in the shutout. And like you said, it was just a superb way to finish up what was a superb season with the national championship. And you got a fine effort from the defense as well to help out in that shutout. Is that correct?
Yeah, well, before the game, I had many scenarios were going through my mind about what would happen that night. And the last one that went through my mind was a shutout. The first one was winning the national championship. I really could sense that we were going to come out in the long end of the stick, if you call it. And it was great. Our defensemen played great. Our forwards played excellent. It was great all around game.
Hasn't sunk in yet. It's been a little bit over a week now. Your last game of your college career was a shutout for the national championship. 2 of your final 3 games of your college career were shutouts. How does it feel a week and a half later?
Well, every night I go to bed, I think about it. I think about the last 5 minutes game, the whole game. I think about it all the time, and I think it's definitely sinking. And I know I'll never forget that moment. It was truly awesome.
Now, we were talking about the defense, the play that they had as well. There was one point in the game where there was, say, 2-3 shots on net that you made the save, and then you were out of net, and they had an open shot right on goal and still couldn't come through. And I guess that kind of signified the way the game was going to go.
Yeah, there were a few scary moments there in the second period where I did make a save. I'd be laying on the ice, as coach would call it, flopping around. And my defenseman would clear the puck. Morquay had a good clearing shot, or a good clearing chance there. And then there was another point where they had 2 guys in front of the net, and I was off to the side. And he had the whole net to shoot at, and fortunately Gary Gustafson got enough of him to knock him over, and he missed the net. And I got up and I said, I can't believe he missed the net. Got back in the net.
I'm sure that's what you were saying at the time.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was saying.
Okay, a fine season all around for you as well as Robin Cook, the other goaltender. You finished with a 12-2 record in net and playing in 15 games. We talked about, when you were on the show earlier this year, the turnaround that you had, because you did start off rather slow at the beginning of the season, yet you came on and were the hottest of the 2 goaltenders towards the end. What do you credit that towards?
Well, I credit it to my teammates down the line. I had started off after Christmas time. I had to do a lot of it on my own, getting myself back into it. But as the season went on, all my teammates were very supportive of me, and I wanted to go out there and play well for them as well as myself. And that's down the stretch, that last month, I think that's what the big factor was.
Let's go back a few years. You talked about your teammates. You almost weren't a member of the Beaver hockey team. Could you fill us in on what happened when you were a freshman here at BSU and how Coach Peters got you involved with the Beaver hockey program?
Well, I started my hockey career off as a freshman. I went to Gustavus Adolphus for a year and a half. And then I went to Dubuque, Iowa to play juniors for half a year. And I really got burned out in Dubuque. It was very, very bad experience for myself. We were not very well. I didn't win a game there. And I felt that I had let enough pucks go by in 2 months that I didn't want to see another puck again. And so I just chose to come here to Bemidji to finish up my schooling. And one day, happened to be, I think the day after they ran the marathon, I was sitting in class, and I heard Tommy Klein was talking with another guy about the goaltending situation. And he said the coach was looking for a guy that was in the philosophy class. He was in this class. And another guy asked him what his name was, and he goes, well, I think his name was Todd Kribbig. He just really murdered my last name. And I turned around to him and I go, you mean Todd Kribbig? And he goes, yeah, why? And I go, well, that's me. So I went in and talked to Coach, and he said that he'd gotten a letter, I think, from my high school coach saying that I was at school, and he was short goaltenders, and he asked me if I wanted to give it a shot. And the first time I told him that I didn't want to, and I thought about it for a week, and decided that I'd give it a shot, and it was great.
Now you were an all-conference or an all-conference selection your freshman year, and you carried that right through your 4 years. This year different, though, for you because you were rotating with Robin Cook and not getting as much playing time as you had in the past. Do you think that was helpful or a hindrance to your play?
Well, Cookie was selected as all-conference goaltender this year, and he had a great year. He started off the year, he played well all throughout the whole year, right up till the end. And I really didn't come on and start playing well until the second half of the year. It started off as a hindrance to myself because I was very disappointed in not getting the playing time, but then I turned it into a positive, to get me going. As Coach said, we had to battle out and bring the best out in each other, and it worked out that way in the end. And it appears that way on stat sheets as well. Both of you finishing with 12 victories, and that equaled the 24 that the Beavers got at the end of the year. But it was neat for both of you to get a win in that national championship. And what was it like for you watching Cook the first night in net and then knowing that you were going to be in net the next night? Well, that first night in net, Cookie played just spectacular the first 2 periods. He made unbelievable saves and kept the team in it. They unfortunately got 4 goals in that third period, and I didn't know if that was going to be good or bad. I was thinking, Cookie, what are you doing to me? It wasn't Cookie's fault. They'd given them the momentum coming into the next night. It got me pumped up to watch Cookie play. He played great, and I tried to feed off that and come back and duplicate his effort. Were you expecting that the team would be able to come up with a 10-goal effort your night, or were you planning that it would probably be a little tighter? Well, that's what I said. I said that night when we scored 10 goals after 2 periods. And I said, geez, I hope they save some goals for me tomorrow night. But the guys played well. They certainly did. And they saved 5 goals, and you only needed 1, as it turned out, because of the shutout. And I guess the national championship a week and a half ago, you being a senior along with the other 4 seniors, time to begin looking towards the future and look into the immediate future. Tuesday, you guys get to get fitted for your rings. Yeah. That'll start to add to the reality of this national championship, right? That's waiting for the rings now is the one big thing that we're all waiting for. We all want those rings. Okay, if we look a little bit further then into the future, what's out there for Todd Kreis? Well, for me right now, I got to finish up my schooling. I'm going to have to come back next year for 1 more quarter. And then after that, we'll see what happens. I'm not really sure, right now. But as far as hockey goes, I'm hopefully somewhere, sometime, I get to play the game again. Okay. Well, Todd, we appreciate you taking your time out to come and join us. And what can we say about the fabulous season that the team had and yourself and you representing the Beavers here, since we couldn't have the entire team on the show. But once again, thank you, Todd Kreis, the goaltender for Bemidji State, and congratulations again on that national championship.